The adult beverages are poured, the kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old.
So our friends and neighbors to the south have just made it through Thanksgiving as we record this. I don't know about you, I still have some leftover Thanksgiving food up this way. Canadian Thanksgiving is a month ago, but we just have absolute tons of it. I've never understood how people complain about it though. I adore leftover Thanksgiving food.
Right.
It's one of my I am addicted to leftover Thanksgiving food.
Oh yeah.
But I got to get over it. I just got to quit it cold turkey.
Oh, folks. All right. That's
such a long walk in the
joke.
park.
Yep. It's a Black Friday joke. That's discounted.
Half off. Those laughs are half off, everyone. Such a long walk in the park.
That was good. Yeah, I was there for the ride.
Yeah. Everybody, welcome to the show. The big, huge news, which I don't want to bury the lead, but I am over the moon excited. Anybody who was following our Twitter feed this week would have seen some exciting news from Jeff as we welcome into a certain fold, but we'll get to that into a bit.
It's another cult.
The best cult, if you would. Yeah. I've been laughing kind of all week for two reasons, and it relates to Horizon 5. And all for good reasons. One is on my Xbox Series S, this game loads so fast.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That how fast is it? No. It loads so fast. I don't even think the devs really appreciate how fast it would load, because the in between load races or you change your car or whatever else, it brings up these gorgeous vistas. The music is playing, there's a title on the bottom, Horizon 5, this season, whatever, and it's a panorama shot, it's a helicopter shot over top of them. You're on the mountains, you're in the volcano, deep in the jungle, right? These gorgeous vistas. But it feels like a bug on Xbox because it loads so fast. It's like, I would like this car here. It's like, okay, let me load that for you. Here's this beautiful vista. Okay, we're back. But the helicopter's just starting to get up speed by the time it jumps off of screen.
Yeah.
Where it's the poor game designers.
Right. Yeah. The guy that programmed it all, the cinematography, this is gonna be amazing. It's gonna set the mood for the next race. Nope.
Loading screens presented by James Cameron. Oh, come on. This all loaded up. This shot cost me $1 million. You can't just show up for 30 seconds.
That's it. Chopped. It's cut.
Darn you fast load times.
Yeah. That's good though.
I'd actually seen a developer review, he was building up this game, and he had discussed where he had actually put in, not necessarily, he didn't have load times, he put in these huge hallways between areas,
right,
to present kind of a cooldown time.
Yep.
And he was discussing, because of modern hardware, previously, between deaths or between levels, there'd almost naturally be some load time because of how long it would take to do it. But now instead, because it's so fast, he had to elongate these hallways between levels just to give his players okay, calm, breathe, we're gonna do this again.
Yeah, it's gonna be a funny switch around, right? Because I remember the days of Resident Evil where you'd open the door and it would go to the black screen with the door and the tension because you didn't know what was behind it, and now it's just burp. Open, close, not a problem. Boop. Right? Something's in there. Nope, close it back. Right? I don't want to go through that load screen again. That was before. No, I got to deal with this. Now it's just nope, close.
I'd love to see you too, where just you set down the controller, you have you're mopping your brow with a handkerchief, and then all of a sudden the game's loaded, twice as fast as you expected.
Exactly, you're caught without your controller in hand. You're no, wait. Same thing with in-game cutscenes. Sorry, side note. Again, in-game cutscenes, they're so good now with the in-game engines that sometimes you just put the controller down because you want to watch the story, and then it needs some sort of input from the player, and you're no, wait, I wasn't ready. You didn't tell me. What do you mean press X? I don't want to.
Oh, am I on?
I don't need to do this.
Is it me now?
Yeah.
What are your kids' reaction to that? Because your kids didn't go through the era of massive load times, I don't think, and especially with some of the titles that you've mentioned, as far as Minecraft and others, or Terraria. I don't think there's any big load times. Are they? Has it been a rude awakening when there was a load time? What the heck is this? Is it broken? What has been their experience with load times?
It's funny that you say that, because some of the load screens aren't properly. I think anybody that grew up on games understands a load screen and what to look for in case the game hangs or something, right? But now the load screens are so like filled with tooltips and stuff, right? Sometimes they just sit there and nothing's moving. So my son, that's not used to load screens, like you said, like maybe an initial load and then the game's like there forever. Some of the load screens, like nothing will happen. It'll show a tooltip and there's no like little spinny thing or anything to tell you what's going on. So he'll be like, "Yo, is that it?" And he starts pressing buttons, like, like, because there's no feedback. Like it's not telling you anything. It's not saying loading anymore. It gives you like this. I'm thinking of Pokemon. Pokemon has like this nice artwork in front of it, but it's not telling you like, "Hey, I'm loading the next area. I'm still working on it." So he's pressing every button like, "I think it's done. Like I think it's busted. Help me out.
Game broke.
That sucks." But yeah, it's much like them with like commercials, right? Like what is this? Don't interrupt my gameplay. This is ridiculous.
God, what a great pull. That's so accurate. Because with YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, what is a commercial to somebody?
Yeah, nothing, right? It's just they'll go to grandma's, and grandma has cable TV. Grandma's got a lot of commercials.
Just the bewilderment, like, what is
Yeah.
this?
Why are they showing me this? I don't want to watch this. It's not my choice.
Skip.
Yes, exactly.
Next show. Didn't divulge a little bit too much. Otherwise, like the only other thing I want to mention was the other thing with Horizon. It's something I call driving while Spanish. So I'm currently going through a course for Spanish. The one that I was able to get into, it's probably a little lower than how much I actually know. I don't know a lot, but enough that like this is slow. Part of the requirement, I need 30 hours of in-app time studying besides like the actual like weekly classes.
Right.
And that's like 30 hours is a lot of dad time.
That's a lot.
Right? And the additional problem is that because I don't like saying it this way, but more advanced in the class a little bit. Like I know I've covered this many times. The stuff, at least in the app, it's dull as all get out. And I'm not learning anything. It's like, yeah, I know. It's like Tango de Niro. It's like, yeah, I have money. I've covered that a lot. And the way the app works is that it says it, Tango de Niro. And then it asks you to say it, and then you say it, and then it repeats it back. So it's just, this is long. This is very drawn out. If I'm to sit there and stare at you for like an hour or 2 hours as I need to get these hours in, that's still, so I've taken to playing Horizon as I'm studying Spanish.
That's perfect.
So the setup is like I'm holding the controller. I have my middle fingers on the triggers to do all my driving. So I can have my two indexes to poke my iPad that has the app on it. So it's like naranja, which one is the orange? So like poke. So I'm sitting there blasting through the jungle.
Yeah.
In my modded out Porsche, like tapping the screen, like trying to just learn some Spanish in the background to get through it. So hey, thanks. It is fitting that Horizon 5 is in Mexico as I use it to get through my Spanish lessons this semester.
You can totally justify the game time you put in there. If it ever shows 30 hours in a week, really? Like Forza? Are you kidding me? No, I was learning Spanish. Don't worry. That was in class time.
I was in school.
That's in class.
Consider it a class trip to Mexico.
That's right.
It's fine. Now, Horizon 5 is a game that you could consider because you have caved. I am so happy to say that because you have joined the Xbox Game Pass fold.
That's right.
What on earth happened?
What on earth did happen? I drank some Kool-Aid. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like you had someone in your ear for the past year with telling you how great it is every week.
Yeah. My son was looking at Minecraft for his computer, and I was looking on the site, and instead of buying it for, I think it's $35 or $30 Canadian.
Again,
Game Pass pops up.
Yeah.
Right? Much like you, right? They're just like, hey, did you know about this? And it just kind of slides into the window like, hey. But it'll say, Game Pass, you can have both versions of Minecraft because there's the Windows version and the Java. And it gives me the promotion of 3 months for $1. I'm like, Trevor says this is a great deal. I mean, he's a co-host here. I should trust him. Trust another gaming dad. Why don't we take the plunge?
My goodness.
Yeah.
Finally happened. And all it took was Minecraft, the game you've bought 4 or 5 times so far.
I know, right? Even just like something that's totally like, we own this on another console, but let's
I
do
think
it
The
again.
Witcher might be on there, by the way.
Oh, see? Perking my ears again.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was something that, you know, after after 3 months, I have to look at if we're gonna keep it or not, and maybe you'll
Mm-hmm.
be in my ear then to say keep it. But it's interesting the tiers of it, and I think you went into it a little bit, but I'm in the middle of the road tier, which I think is just
Mm-hmm.
like here's a bunch of games that are like PC identified, but you can't stream
Mm-hmm.
from the console games, so it kind of
Yeah,
limits your library a little bit.
you can't stream anywhere, but you can install
Yeah,
anything PC available.
right. And the installing part, man, like you talking Forza, like 110 gigs, like
Yeah.
that's a hefty size download for this, but totally get it. I'm in on it. I downloaded their app launcher or whatever, and then you're immediately just there's a big splash screen with all these games. Like, hey, look at all this stuff you can get now. I'm like, now this is overwhelming.
Which of these 1,000 games would you like to play? It's
Exactly.
like, I'll take one.
Yeah. So, and there's a ton on there. I was going through the filtering of it and trying to
Mm-hmm.
find something for myself instead of my son because I was having a heyday with it.
Of course.
But I will say the sign up was a little bit like, again, my son has his own kind of Xbox or Microsoft account that was linked with Minecraft, but now that
Mm-hmm.
he's getting a Game Pass account, I was putting it under his
Mm-hmm.
name, not my own. So he's old enough that he can own this. But to rip him out or link that account into his own Game Pass account, and I've got all the parental controls on, it would constantly like give me an error. It's like, nope, you can't buy this. You have to ask the parent,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have to go in and like approve it. But then it wouldn't allow him to go in and buy it. So anyway, it was like this whole thing. They haven't ever. No one's figured out an easy way to just to sign up for the thing that you want me to sign up for, right? Like just make it a one click and just read my life. Connect with the government. You know where my taxes are. Just
Yeah.
have it done. Right?
Or
So,
it's more the nuances with it. I think at very least at this point for gaming dads, you can say, okay, this account is associated with a minor.
yeah.
So therefore, don't show the stuff. I mean, same with Netflix and all those things. Or I'm an adult, like, let me have it. But the nuances in between where it's like, okay, well, because they're a kid, they can't clearly buy anything.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, no, kind of. Like I want them to have some capability because I don't want to be burdened every single time they want something to have to come in and enter a credit card or approve it.
Yeah.
So you'd almost like to see some more intelligence and nuance to it where you can kind of set guardrails around, okay, let him spend this much this month, or like he can buy these type of titles, or, you know, I don't want to set times for him anymore. Just like let him play. Like he has that kind of, he's earned that type of trust,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. Like, have you found any system so far that's a bit more intelligent?
Well, funny enough, like with the Xbox, there's a family companion app. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
downloaded this, but you can go into it and the user shows the time, the schedule. If you want to limit it, you can limit it right away, like pause it right away. So that's all great. You can actually pin down if you want to top up his wallet. So if
Oh,
if he
okay.
wants to buy something, you can put $10 in there. So it might be good for holidays actually if you slip stuff in there, and then he can buy his own game. There's also like an option to ask for purchases that's always on, so you can. That was the thing I had to find though. Like it doesn't kind of tell you. It's like, oh, you have to ask a parent, and you have to go seek it out. And they do have like troubleshoot pages, but there's an online browser version, and then there's this companion app. The companion app I recommend everyone get. I think it's the Xbox Family something, and it's all right there, and you can control it, and it's instant. So that was so much easier once I found that out. And so it even has options for like allow multiplayer because all that was turned off, right? But with Minecraft, everything is multiplayer. Like that's what he wants to do, right? So I had to open that up, but then you can block out other games that are under an age restriction. So they are a little bit more intelligent with it. They just don't really tell you what's there. Like they don't promote it enough. I think.
Or guide you, or like handhold you through it enough. Like
Yeah.
ask some questions at the outset.
Right.
Like how would you like to run this?
Yeah, that
for
would
your
be a
kid?
good one. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you managed to succeed in getting through this sign up, but then you talked about it a bit. But I've had some very interesting reactions to the capability, the availability, the thought that I can hop in and play any of these games, ranging from ones from our childhood, like old Xbox games, right up to like modern releases like Horizon 5 just released, like
Yeah.
day one title. Like with that great power that comes with the Game Pass, Like, what's your impression of like what kind of struck you as you loaded that up and kind of like were taking a look at things?
I realized I think I picked the wrong tier because none of that stuff exists on the tier that I have. Like I don't have I don't have any access to the console specific stuff. So there was a fair bit of different themed and different genres of games that I didn't think was on there. Like Octopath Traveler. Like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna download that right away. So, but you're kind of presented with this again. It was very, I don't know, familiar because it kind of looked like a Steam page. So almost like a storefront, and you're just not. You don't have to buy anything. It's much like Netflix. You just click on it. It gives you a little bit more information, which is great, and you can download it and let it run multiple things at a time, which is awesome. I love it in that way, and it's really, really snappy. So I'm maybe it depends on your device, but it was very quick to navigate around, which I will say PlayStation, not on PS Now because I haven't tried that, but even PlayStation Storefront doesn't present the information in a easy way as Game Pass I think does. Like they are very good at presenting you what you're getting into, which is great. So, but again, lots of options at once. Like, and maybe that's true. Like I'm old now. I don't know. There's like a whole new UI I have to learn. I have never owned an Xbox. So the whole thing to me is completely new. So just jumping in fresh was a lot to take in, especially like there's chat windows and social interactions and communications and stuff I have to figure out. But when my oldest went to sleep, I kind of played a little bit and tested out some stuff to see what was there. But there's quite a bit, man. I don't know. You weren't lying. There's a lot of choice there, and I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I don't know.
It could be a bit daunting for sure, and then like you worry about, do I want to spend time on this when there's 1,000 other things? Like the burden of choice, really.
Yeah.
But I still think about. I'm really excited about. So for me myself, my reaction, if you remember from however many episodes ago it was, the sitting in front of your TV with like just like 50 cartridges at your side and like, I'm going to try this one, whack, I'm going to try this one, whack, and just like whatever you want to try. There's just no limits to it. This is not a $70, I'm going to try out this game. Oh, darn, it sucks and I hate it. Well, that's a shame. It's just like, okay, download this one, don't like it, discard, and then hop over. Now you won't get this because you're not an Xbox, but I mean for the Xbox experience where it's the quick switch, where like game state, the game is kind of almost running but put to sleep, and then you hop into a different game. So it's just that quick load into like 50 of the games. Like it's fantastic. It's awesome. So I'm excited to hear that for it, and I'll be curious to see if it presents enough to you within this time to keep it, because it has 3 months to impress you.
Yeah,
I'll be curious.
And I don't know if they've announced everything coming out for it yet. I'm sure that they'll do it at the Game Awards coming up in December, stuff like that. But there's maybe 3 or 4 games that are like day one coming soon, and they're not anything that I'm really interested in. So, but all the other stuff, I still have to go through the entire library of like just even niche games that I always wanted on PC, but just there was never a demo, or I didn't care enough to plunk down money. But now that it's there, I mean, all it is download time. Really, that's it. So
all it is data.
Yeah, that's right. So
unless you opt for the bigger tier, and now you can start doing the streaming. At least to get, because with at least streaming you can taste it. Generally, I'm not finding, especially here in Canada, I'm not finding the streaming to be all that reliable. Like, I'm finding it quite a bit of lag, but it depends what you're playing. Like when I stream Final Fantasy, man, whatever, like Final Fantasy 12, like it's not that important to be super snappy. But I mean, something like Horizon,
right? That's why
you can't.
I'm wondering if they should have flipped the packages. Give me 3 months of the ultimate one, right? Really get me hooked, right? So you can't go away. Why would I downgrade?
I can't.
Right?
I can't not have this expensive one. Come on.
I mean, if they're just throwing money at it, just give me the 3 months of the ultimate. So I just don't even consider this other tier that's just, carpeted bathroom type material. This is like, I want that, tiled floor, heated everything. Like, give me everything. So I don't know.
Amazing. So, like I said, any gaming dads who are listening who, like me, have been on Game Pass, if you have dad-friendly recommendations, or even kid-friendly or family-friendly,
Yeah.
Jeff-friendly recommendations. Reach out to us on Twitter @NewDadGaming or our website, newdadgaming.com. Now, in order for you to get Game Pass,
Yes.
you needed a PC that could run games.
Yes.
And you had to go down the wonderful, magic-filled world of building a gaming PC, which is a dad. We have interacted with a couple dads. We've had some gaming dad victories before, even where it was just the process of a gaming dad building their kid a PC. I remember one we had where it was a gaming dad built a Diva PC for his Overwatch daughter who loved playing Overwatch.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was this like gorgeous custom machine, like colors just absolutely on point.
Yep.
It was amazing. So, I tend to get a bit excited when I hear about a gaming dad. I'm not expecting to hear about your fully kitted out, perfectly like color sequence version, but I do get excited to hear about a gaming dad building or going through that rabbit hole of a gaming PC. So what was the experience of building your son a PC or let's say getting a gaming PC for your son?
So you mentioned building one because that was something that we did consider. So I was going through all the parts of how to, again, PC Part Picker is like a godsend website. So like that was part of the problem of looking at the parts and which ones talk to each other, because I'm like, no, this is cheaper. We could do this. But after many, many conversations with my 11-year-old as well as my wife, desktop wasn't going to work. Laptop is where we were going to go. So gaming laptops, I don't know. I used to think I've been out of the game for a while in PC gaming. So a lot has changed in that landscape in 15 years. And I would say that the naming convention for something like, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox One X, like it didn't make sense to me. Like that's confusing. Nope. PC gaming is the most confusing thing ever.
Oh yeah.
I cannot understand. I know why they're doing it. It's just customer confusion. Just give me the box to play the thing. Like that's all I care about.
But, because what I love about it is like we're playing a video of somebody building a custom PC as we're recording our show. And it's like, Jeff, what's so confusing? You just have to get the Aurorus NVMe Gen 4 SSD.
Yeah.
Clearly. But now be careful because the Gen 3 doesn't work with the driver for your motherboard.
Yeah.
So you got to be...
Yeah.
What's so confusing?
I don't understand. It is not customer friendly. So a lot of numbers, a lot of research. This was more research I've ever... I had to sit down with my son and go over some options of what we were thinking. And of course, what does he want? He just wants to play Minecraft. So, and I hate going into a computer store because I put myself in the shoes of the guy that's probably heard my son just wants to play Fortnite or Minecraft. And then, the eye roll of like, well, you don't need this. You just need your basic laptop.
I have an $80 Raspberry Pi.
Exactly.
That you could probably run it on.
Exactly. So we did decide on one. We went into the store. I did say that he wants to play these games, but I'm kind of up to snuff on all these numbers and what we need to have. So we decided on something. We had to drive to another store to get it because it was like the Black Friday sales. So we had to my son is experienced shopping during chaos. So that was part of it. But he got it home. He was happy with what he got. Of course, he loves it's got an RGB keyboard, so he's in love with changing the colors. Like,
of course.
And absolutely, like that is fun. That is nothing I ever had as a kid. This is amazing for him. I'm sure an 11-year-old blow his head off, right? Like that's awesome. But he gets it up, boots it right into Minecraft. Like that's it. Like just Minecraft, no, nothing else.
It's like I was laughing because it's the AMD Ryzen 9 5900X. That's the 12-core 24-thread processor PCI 4.0 with the 4.8 gigahertz max boost, 3.7 gigahertz base.
Right.
Just
that, right? You know that? That's current, right? What date is this video? Maybe that's already
apparently this is a high-end PC for 2021.
Yeah.
I suppose that's good. The guy building it has white gloves on, so it can't be bad.
It seems like a high number, right? The higher numbers, the better, right? I don't know. But yeah,
So
it's a lot to look at all that stuff, man. It's not easy.
did your son get into it as far as the research, the um determining like what pieces work with other pieces, like the RGB, like how that was his entire thing like, Dad, I want to turn it on and play Minecraft. Everything else is noise and I don't care. Or did he get kind of into it as far as like the tech side of things?
So funny story.
Okay. Sorry, we don't have time, Jeff.
Funny
Well,
story.
thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. He was very much into picking a computer that I thought was good and he thought it was good and it made sense. But I will say he was swayed by all the YouTubers he watched that all are sponsored by, Asus or Acer or some other company that are pushing whatever product that, they're using on their laptop or PC, right? So he's saying, again, numbers to me that I have to go and find and research if it's any good, right? About these Minecraft players that use all this stuff, and he wants to be like them. It's almost like that celebrity, like sports celebrity, right? Like, I want to be, a basketball player, like blah, blah, blah. So he was rhyming off a whole bunch of stuff that really didn't make sense for what we wanted and what was in his price range, because this is his money. He's saved up his money to do this.
Oh, wow.
Hold
on. So you're playing on the PC that your son purchased?
Yes, I am.
My man.
The tables
listen to the show,
man.
Just like,
Right?
I don't think you fully explained that in the tweet that I read. So that he saved up, like,
Yes.
So
multiple years.
I won't nail you on a price, but it's between 500 and 1,500. Like he paid a sizable amount for a PC, and now you're getting to play.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Living the dream. It happened.
Yeah. He was very good about saving all his birthday money, his Christmas money, anything. He was raking leaves and stuff. Like, he was saving up for this thing. So it was a big goal for him.
It's a huge gaming dad win.
Yeah. So it was something that he went out with his money in hand. He couldn't afford top of the line. He didn't want low budget, right? Because that's kind of what he has now. And mom and dad would buy, like, we would pay the tax. So that was
Okay.
$200 or whatever.
That's nice.
So he got something out of it, right? And now he has to take care of it, right? That was part of it. This is a large piece of money sitting on this table that you cannot have food, drink, nothing around it. Like, this is yours, right? So he's been good so far. But yes, he gets to play my PS5. I get to play his gaming PC when he goes to bed, right?
It's amazing. God, I'm trying to think about. Lord, that is such a flip. That is crazy. I'm trying to think about it when I purchased all my console. Generally, I was gifted one PlayStation, but generally speaking, like, I always bought my SNES, my PlayStation, all of them. I'm just trying to imagine that if my dad was an enthusiast,
Yeah.
like, and I came home with the system, it would have been like, "Yay, go son, you did it!"
I'll set it up for you. You just go upstairs. It's bedtime. Take a shower. Go to bed.
You're grounded. You lose this for a month.
Yeah. Give that to me. I guess my GamePass is running out. I need to spend some time with it.
You know what, son? You can't have this unless you buy GamePass.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a big part of my life now. I mean, it's only fair, right? He doesn't know yet. I was gonna, like, straight up tell him, just, if you go to bed and I want to do something, it's cool, right? Just, we share in this family.
Feels like you should ask.
I feel like I should. Yeah.
I think you've raised your kids to be quite empathetic and kind, so I have faith that they would say yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they don't, you ground them.
That's right. I take it away. Sorry.
We share in this household, damn it. Oh my goodness, that is what a gaming dad victory. That is so cool to hear. And just the thought of, like, one day our kids getting into systems and consoles that we can enjoy. So we don't have to buy them anymore. It's good.
That's right. Right.
We're
now
retired.
Go make money in esports. Go pay for another one for me.
Let's be a pro, folks.
That's right.
Oh, we'll end it on that very happy note. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you want to get a hold of us, you can find us on Twitter at New Dad Gaming or our website, newdadgaming.com. If you liked the podcast, you can find us on all of the podcasting networks. We're talking Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, anywhere you can get your podcasts if you just search for New Dad Gaming. It helps us out tremendously if you could subscribe to any of those services, and especially if you leave a rating and a comment as we try to reach out to as many gaming dads as possible. See how many Game Pass subscriptions we can get hustling. We'll see how many kids can buy us some consoles. And we're always game for a good gaming dad victory of the week. Again, everybody, once again, thank you so much for listening. My name is Trevor, and I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have an 11-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a gaming PC that's waiting for me.
Yeah, it's calling it this whole time. I've been stealing your gaming hours. Go discover your new hidden gem. And hey, folks listening, please send Jeff recommendations on Game Pass.
There's too much.
Remember,
choice. Yes,
just because you became a dad
does not mean it's game over.
Especially when your son buys you a PC.
That's right.
We'll see you next week.
See you later.